Hello everybody and welcome back to Full House Sports. Here myself, Charlie. I'm on before the video starts. Please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated. I try to become a one-man sports news bandwagon. Now, the year 2026 is nearly upon us. 2025 is nearly done. What a year it has been in sport, and 2026 promises to deliver, I think, some absolutely top-level sport. So, I thought I would do a video on things that I'm most looking forward to in the new year. And of course, there's going to be some obvious ones. There's also going to be some ones that I've picked out that potentially I'm looking forward to more than some. But I think it's going to be a huge year, and I hope to be attending / looking at all of these events that are coming up. Obviously, the first place to start is the World Cup that's happening in America. Now, I've already done videos. I am an England Travel Club member. I'd love to go, but unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to probably sell my left arm to get tickets if Donald Trump and Gianni Infantino have their way. But aside from all the negativity, it is going to be one of the biggest World Cups ever, and there's going to be some nations there that's going to be absolutely huge for them. Curacao instantly jumped to mind, as well as other countries that have qualified for the first time. Cape Verde as well will be absolutely thrilled to be at their first ever tournament. And those will be the stories that I think most of us will take out of this World Cup. That yes, there is the corporate greed of Infantino and Trump, the American sports market. I saw Alexi Lelas's tweets. Honestly, the guy, give it a rest. But Uzbekistan as well, those will be the sorts of teams that we'll be hoping to cover. I think it should be a good tournament. I say that, the heat, the tickets, everything else, it's one to keep an eye on. It'll be definitely something that intrigues me. Number two that I've gone with is the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Now, whatever your opinions are on the Commonwealth Games, and I've got a video coming up about the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow because of the TV situation and in general what's happening with those games. Glasgow has come in and saved the day, and I think one thing that we as Brits are very good at is turning up to sporting events. I had the pleasure this year of turning up to the Women's Rugby World Cup. And you can see we get behind sporting events. We love it. It brings us together in a way like no other. And I think you can fully expect to see that on the streets of Glasgow. They obviously hosted it as recently as 2018. I went to the games in 2022 in Birmingham. And I think, again, we'll see real full crowds and athletes being absolutely overawed by that presence. And talking of that in Birmingham, number three I've got is the European Athletics Championships taking place in Birmingham. Again, I've already secured my tickets for it because it is going to be something. I think Birmingham, that was one takeaway from those games in 2022 was, yes, we've got the London Stadium or Olympic Stadium, whatever you want to brand it, but we've got Birmingham is a fantastic athletics track. And when given the expansion that it needs, is those temporary seats put in place, temporary stands, people turn up and it does look like an absolutely fantastic arena's running. Again, expect to see full crowds, expect to see British athletes being backed, and that should be a huge occasion. As well, sticking with England, we've got the largest ever Women's T20 World Cup. Teams going up from 12 to 16 in 2026. Again, we saw what women's rugby, the boost it was given in 2025 with everybody showing out for that tournament in England. And I think you can expect to see much the same in the cricket, which is exactly what we want. We want people through the doors. We want women's sport being given the boost that it so badly deserves. And we've got a huge cricket fan base in this country. We've had the 100 and other events getting more eyes onto sport. Hopefully those eyes will continue to watch and come to a major tournament taking place in this country. Talking of major tournaments as well, we have got the Rugby League World Cup at the back end of next year taking place in Australia. A reduced Rugby League World Cup, which I'm not necessarily a fan of because I do enjoy seeing these smaller stories of these smaller nations. But I think it could be one of the best yet. We've seen in Rugby League in recent times this spread of talent where it was concentrated on Australia, New Zealand and England. We've now seen the spread go to Samoa, Tonga, Papua New Guinea, Fiji, those countries involved, Cook Islands as well. And I think watching this tournament, we should see that reflected. I think there'll be some absolutely thrilling games, some brutal rugby played, and I, for one, cannot wait to see who wins it. I think we could have a different name on the trophy to the ones we've had beforehand. As well, sticking with rugby, but the different code, we have got New Zealand versus South Africa, the tour. This, I cannot explain how excited this has got me. 4-test series, bizarre they've chosen 4 tests. New Zealand are going to play the franchises as well. And the history behind that iconic Springbok versus All Blacks, the iconic green versus black, it's just so, so good. And to have this old school tour come into place, where it fits in the calendar, I don't know. Will it be one-sided? Potentially. But I think it's exactly what rugby needs. It's going to build that rivalry. You imagine if something controversial happens in the first test, we're going to have a second test, we're going to have a third test. It's going to be heated. It's going to be... There's just so much to it. I'd love to get out to South Africa to see just a game of it. I cannot explain how excited I am for it. Going to take part early on in the year as well. Of course, we've got the Winter Olympics and Paralympics in Milan Cortina. Again, the Winter Olympics is something that, as Brits, probably we don't always get behind, except for the curling. I remember watching that at about 2 a.m. or something ridiculous in 2022 in Beijing. We know where we stand watching the curling, so that hopefully should bring us some medals. It always seems to. But again, it's great to see these athletes, the stuff they can produce on the snow and on the ice, not necessarily get the credit that they deserve, but the fact that they then are on this massive platform is fantastic to see. I do enjoy the Winter Olympics because you see these, like I say, these names that we've not necessarily heard of just come to the forefront. You know, I think last time out, you know, the breakout stars, lots of Aileen Gu and people like that. There is so much more taking place that is exciting, and I, for one, cannot wait for it. I'm going to continue to do videos on as much sport as I can because I'm an avid sports lover, and I think just like many people, I've got my fingers in all sorts of pies. We've got the Champions Cup final in rugby take place in Spain. What a seminal moment that could be for Spanish rugby. Truly believe that. We've got other stuff going on off the pitch and so much going on that front in terms of boxing and combat sports. Could we have a British UFC champion, another one? Will Paddy the Baddy potentially secure the gold by the end of the year? Tom Aspinall. Oh, just so much. Can't wait. And yeah, really, really looking forward to it. As always, guys, have a great new year. And may 2026 bring you all what you wish for. Have a great day.